If you are working with a tight budget and you want a PC build, this video is going to be for you. I'm going to show you 3 different options. All of them are going to give you a great performance for different resolutions, 1080p, 1440p and 4K. So if your budget is between $500 and $1,000, please stay until the end because I will give you valuable information even if you don't know anything about computer. At the end, you will have a great PC build for your budget that will deliver excellent performance at the game that you want, really high FPS. And if you have a budget of above $1,000, I recommend you going to my website down below in the video description where you can find your perfect PC build for your budget and your favorite game. You will also have all the PC builds mentioned in this video in the description. That being said, let's start. With the first one, we have the $500 PC build. And for this PC build, I have 3 different versions. The reason being is because some people are willing to buy from the used market and other people want brand new. But basically, for the CPU, I picked the Ryzen 5 5500. This is a 6-core 12-thread budget CPU that is going to get the job done for only $98. I think that right now is the best budget CPU out there, better than the i3 12100F. For the motherboard, I picked the Asus Prime B450M/A2. This is a micro ATX motherboard. It's not going to be the flashiest, but it's going to get the job done at this price point, and honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more for $80. For the memory kit, I picked the Silicon Power Gaming 16 gigs of RAM kit. This is 2x8, meaning that it's dual channel, and trust me guys, dual channel is much better than single channel. Do not get one stick of 16 gigs of RAM since you will be losing performance. This is a 3200 MHz kit. If you don't know anything about computers, this is a standard for gaming and it's going to be the sweet spot. For the storage, I picked the Team Group MP33 512 gigs of NVMe SSD. Now you can go ahead and get 1TB if you're thinking of downloading a bunch of games, but you're going to be above the $500 mark. However, it's something that I do recommend you doing, especially if you download a bunch of heavy games. If you're thinking of playing games like Valorant and CSGO, then it's definitely not needed. But if you're thinking of playing games like GTA 5, Fortnite, Red Dead Redemption 2, all of these type of games that require quite some storage, I do recommend you upgrading to 1TB. For the graphics card, and this is where we have 3 options. For the first option, we have the RX 5700 XT from eBay. This is going for around $150 on the average price, and I believe this is your best option because you stay under $500 and you get a GPU that is going to perform the same as the RTX 3060, which, if you don't know about computers, this GPU is really capable of 1080p gaming. You will definitely play 1080p high FPS any game that you want. Even if your game is a high demanding one, the 5700 XT will run it without a problem. And if we are talking about esports titles, you can achieve more than 240 FPS on average. And yes, I'm talking about games like Fortnite, CSGO and Valorant. So if you want that high refresh rate monitor, you can get it with no issues. Now this is in my opinion the best option. The other option is for you to go with the RX 6600 brand new, and the total price of the PC will be around $600. So in my opinion, this is not your best option because you are spending $600 and this was a $500 PC build. So you're going to be $100 over your budget, but you will get more performance and a brand new GPU. So that is always a positive thing. Of course, if you have the budget to do it, go ahead and buy the brand new 6600 because like I said, you are getting more FPS and a brand new GPU. And the third option is going with the RX 6400 brand new. I think this is the worst option because you will not get as many FPS as the RX 5700 XT and the RX 6600. You will be getting an entry-level 1080p GPU, meaning that yes, you can play games like Fortnite, Valorant, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, but you will not be able to achieve really high FPS, and for most titles you will have to turn the settings down for you to have an enjoyable experience. If you want a brand new GPU and you play easy to run titles, you just want a functional computer that will get the job done entry level wise, definitely is not a bad option going with the 6400. Now for the case, we have the Gamdias M6. I've never seen this case before, but it's actually a really good deal. For $50 you get 4 pre-installed RGB fans and a front mesh panel. That being said, you get enough airflow for this system, but also for the $750 system and for the $1,000 one as well. So overall, it's a great deal for a cheap price. For the power supply, I picked the Cooler Master G500 500 watt 80 plus cold power supply. This is on sale on Newegg right now, going for $55, and it's a B tier rated power supply. Definitely not needed for this type of build. You can get away with the C tier rated power supply, but the price of this one is actually cheaper than most of C tier rated PSUs, so you might as well get this one. With the next one, we have the $750 PC build, and here you have so much freedom to work with because you get the RX 6650 XT, which is much better than all of the GPUs mentioned before, and you can even start playing at 1440p without any issues. You also get 1TB of SSD, which is what I was recommending before, and you also get a brand new motherboard CPU combination in the Ryzen 5 5600 and Gigabyte B550M DS3H Micro ATX motherboard. This is a much better combo. The 5600 is going to be better for gaming than the 5500, especially at 1080p, so if you're thinking 1080p high FPS, this is a crucial improvement. And then you also get a better motherboard with better features for the future. I also changed the memory to the Silicon Power RGB 16 gigs of RAM, that way it matches the all RGB case. So for around $745, you're getting a much better system than the one before, and this is the one that I think is the best price to performance of this video. So if you're thinking of buying any of the three and you're not sure, I think this one is the sweet spot for high FPS 1080p gaming, but also you can start playing at 1440p 144Hz monitor. And with the last one, we have the $1,000 PC build, and I'm going to give you a different option as well because you can get much better performance for not that much more price, and I will explain why in a second. But here I changed two things. The first one being the power supply. I picked the Corsair RM750 80 plus volt power supply. This is A tier rated, best quality. And to be honest with you, with the GPU that I picked for this PC build, you only need around 600 watts of power, but I figured out that the 600 watt 80 plus volt power supplies out there are around $89, and this one is $99. So in my opinion, it makes no sense to go with 600 or 650 watts just for a $10 difference. And then for the GPU, I picked the RX 6800. This is a great 1440p high FPS GPU, but also you can start playing at 4K. Just like I said with the 6650 XT about 1440p and 1080p, this applies for 1440p and 4K. Now, the price for this one is $998 for this whole build, but I do recommend you checking out the RX 6800 XT as it's only around $50 more expensive and you get a much better gaming experience. So if you want the highest FPS at 1440p for the price, and especially if you want more FPS at 4K, the 6800 XT is a no-brainer. I didn't put it on this build because it will be above $1,000, but I do recommend you that GPU way more than the 6800, and you do not have to change the power supply because 750 watts will be enough wattage even for the 6800 XT. If you know about Nvidia GPUs, the 6800 XT is really similar to the RTX 3080, so a beast of a GPU for both 1440p and 4K gaming, and you're not even spending more than $1,100 on that PC build, which is insane. Anyway, if you're searching for a pre-built PC instead because you don't want to go through the process of building it, I completely understand. For that reason, I highly recommend you watching my video about the best pre-built PCs of the month. You will have it in the top right of the screen, and I cover basically every single budget there. That way everyone gets a nice pre-built PC for the money. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, whether it's for pre-built PC or PC builds. I reply as fast as possible. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you on the next one.